That doesn't look like the Great South Run. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It's happened again. Right. No one ever sign up for a race that I've signed up for. I am a very, very cursed boy. Fortunately, I realised this was likely coming the day before, so chose to go to Parkrun and just push a little bit more than I usually would the day before a race. It is also a brand new parkrun on the channel, Black Park Parkrun, just north of Slough. It's a traily, muddy, grotesque day in a quite lovely park. I've started myself in the mid-pack to avoid a particularly naughty first kilometres. There was still an outside chance of the Great South Run going ahead. Let's go. Off we go at Black Park Parkrun. It was raining steadily as we began, but there was a lot of trees overhead to stop the worst of that rain hitting us, but still a lot of puddles to navigate. And the planned first kilometre was just to run to feel, a moderate effort. I'm only 2 weeks after Chester Marathon, which you can watch up the top right, and every day's been very different since I come back to training. One day I'll feel really, really strong, legs feel good, heart rate still has been high in all runs, as I go for a little bit of a surge here. But then on other days, like generally just feeling horrific, heart rate through the roof, legs don't want to work. So I just didn't want to push too hard. I've still a lot of fatigue in the body and just easing back into things. But of course, the competitive beast can never be tamed, and I will be making moves if things get easy at any points. One of these squelchy bits here did get water all in my right shoe, which I was not very happy about. And if you take your eyes to the top left of the screen, you'll see the pace 4:28 per kilometre. I don't think it's particularly accurate much of this run. It shoots around all over the place, as to be expected when you're running in the woods. A lovely and wide path here, allowing me to just start to pick off a few more people, and trying to do this while taking as little energy out of myself as possible. Trying to avoid any zigzagging in and out of people and just maintaining my line. And I was quite content to sit behind Pink Socks here at 400 metres in, 420-ish per kilometre, a round marathon effort, heart rate nice and low at the moment, just coming up into the mid 130s. And this bit was ever so slightly uphill. At 500 metres, things had dried up and we were running on some crunchy stuff as I moved onto the shoulder of Pink Socks and just thought about easing on past. There we go. And Red Top falls not long after. And then past Brooks Blue. We now crest the top of that little hill, and I saw a beautiful little downhill stretch and started to just turn it up with a couple of quick overtakes. I'd glanced down at my watch at the top of the hill, seeing low 150s and hearing D Mills shout pathetic, so I knew it was time to get a little bit of a shuffle on. And as I zip through, yes, that speed up the top left is definitely not right. It was just 5 flattish, 440 now. I'm definitely pushing in the 3s at the moment. And there's one more. And another in the kitty. Coming past this young lad just before a kilometre, and on Strava we go through in 3 minutes and 55 seconds, which is very impressive considering I haven't seen 3 on that speed up the top left until now. So Strava gets there eventually, but the instantaneous values are definitely way off the mark as we continue to fly past another 3 runners. How close are we getting to the front, I wonder? It took me a couple 100 metres to catch these 2, and as I do, I have to scoot around a couple of puddles, but no harm done, onwards and upwards. Pretty decent gap to the next 2 ahead. Might take me a little bit of time to get these 2. 1 mile in and I'm almost there. And Daddy's home at 1.8 kilometres, and another swift and decisive move is made. Here, red top, red top, red top. I'm here. Going through 2 kilometres in just a second now. In 3 minutes and 59 seconds, just about scraping into the 3s, which we do love to see, but I was beginning to feel a little bit leggy. Still plenty of room to go upwards with my heart rate, only 160, but my quads are the ones that get mashed as I do then make a little move on red top, blue top next, but as I said, my quads got mashed in the marathon. They always do. They're the ones that take the longest to come back to life, and they were just starting to say, J Mills, you're not meant to be doing easy running for a few weeks after. I'm like, oh, you know, parkrun content fans. And they were like, right, as long as I can have Sunday off. And we came to an agreement. Let's go get Blue Top. And just before halfway, I have almost caught him. My heart rate has also climbed into the low 170s now, so I put a reasonable shift on to get here. Not easy by any stretch of the imagination. I was quite content to sit here for a little while. And that I did. I thought to myself, as long as he's going quicker than 4 flat per kilometre, I'm going to stay here for maybe a kilometre or so, see how I feel, and then maybe push on from there. I wasn't 100% sure we were, as I said. I usually have kilometre splits on my watch, but I actually had the average speed for the whole race up to this point. And as I go through 3 kilometres here, and I see 2.92 on my watch, this was when I was like, oh, okay, I'm probably actually going a bit quicker than I think here. Because I think the average pace on my watch was about 3:58, 3:59, but I was potentially 80 metres closer to the finish line than my watch was going for, although never trust those markers. They can always be a little bit wrong. But according to my watch, a 3:55 third kilometre, we will just have to wait and see where that finish line actually is. At 3.2k, I'm still here, still just chilling behind Blue Top. I don't really want my heart rate to go too much above where it is in the mid-170s at the moment, because I know that won't put too much fatigue in the legs, but I'm still really quite fancying a bit of Blue Top. And do I finally make a move? We're running side by side here. This is not a quick and decisive move, but I think I have gone through. It's more like I probably should go through, as I apparently go into the 3:30s as I do go through. Probably a load of bollocks, but I am now ahead. Cannot see anyone ahead, I don't think, or maybe right in the distance I can just spot 2 people. We've got around a mile to go. What can we do from here? Nice little crossing here with some of the other park runners. I can see that going a little bit wrong on another day, but today, all good. We moved through 1.5k to go. And you can see from my heart rate in the 180s now, I'm definitely working hard now. I could see a couple of people in the distance, and I was just looking at them, seeing if there's any chance I could try and claw my way up to them. I'm here now. The Great South Run can piss off. Let's give it everything and see if I can get any more overtakes. And again, we go through 4 kilometres a little bit earlier than my watch thought. We start to go up a little bit of a hill as well, which was not welcome. My heart rate's gone from very, very low for the pace to now pretty high for the pace I was doing. That was somewhere in the 350s, I think. And there we go, 4th kilometre according to my watch, 3:47. Feeling pretty shit, but less than a k to go. Just got to finish the job.
Thank you.
Some pretty heavy breathing, questioning now whether I should have just rolled it in behind Blue Top, and felt a lot better about myself, but D-Mills would have disowned me. You're only as good as your last park run, he says. Fine, I'll keep pushing. At least that little hill is over, though it was a little bit slippy coming down here in my Vaporflies. I can hear you. Gonna take it easy in the Vaporflies. Oh, whatever. Always gotta give yourself a chance of glory, lads. Although I very easily could have been swimming in a muddy puddle. 600 metres to go, 188 heart rate. So much for staying under 175. Left-hand turn here, and a gust of wind for good measure. And oh, I'm looking around. You can tell it's hurting. A little bit worried, but I couldn't see anyone. I could actually still see the people just ahead of me, but they are miles away. This is all about how quick I can go on the day. Final right-hand turn coming up.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a very boggy place for a sprint finish. Can we manage to muster anything up? Didn't really have the confidence to push on this, but I was just hoping it was going to dry up a little bit, which it does now. What have you got for us, J Mills? Oh, well, that's a bit of a damp squib. Across the line, yeah, I was not feeling good. I am deeply sorry for anyone offended by that pathetic sprint finish. It won't happen again. But look, I had managed to do a 19:13, finishing in 7th place ahead of Stuart Pearce, and he was mortified. And that was so much quicker than I thought I was going to do. When I crossed the line, I thought 19:45-ish. That average pace for a 19:13 is actually 3:51 per kilometre, so we can slightly forgive me for the lack of sprint finish, I believe, with those fatigued marathon legs. So thank you for watching, everyone. I will tell you about the race next weekend, but who knows if it will go ahead. It's the Beachy Head 10K, and I'm doing the half the next day. It's a double weekend bender. It does look fairly windy, but when's it not going to be windy up Beachy Head? So it should be going ahead, please. So I will see you next week for hopefully 2 videos, maybe 3, because D Mills and W Mills are both taking part in the 10K. See you soon.